and gentlemen, please welcome the host of the Survivor Branford Golden Torch Awards, Jen!
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So nice to be here. Thank you so much. You're too kind, all of you. Please be seated. Welcome to the first and maybe the only Survivor Branford Golden Torch Awards. We're here tonight to celebrate some of the most noteworthy accomplishments over the first 7 seasons of Survivor Branford. We've opened our record book, and we'd like to honor some of the greatest achievements to date. Some of these marks may stand forever, while others are destined to fall maybe as soon as next season. So with that said, let's start with our first award of the night.
Highest percent voting with the majority.
Survivor at its core comes down to voting. Vote with the majority, and if not for an unexpected idol, your torch is staying lit. Consistently vote with the majority, and success in the game is assured. This award will be presented to the player who over the course of their career has voted most often with the majority. And the award goes to Alba. Congratulations. In Alba's only season, Season 3, she attended 6 tribal councils and voted with the majority every time during her run to the final 3. Most famously remembered for her theft of an immunity idol, this may actually be the bigger accomplishment. Honorable mentions go to Sam from Season 3 and Lisa from Season 6, who both have a career voting rate with the majority of 88%. My guess is that Alba's phone is already starting to blow up, with past and future players alike asking for voting advice. Let's take a look at our next award.
Best Individual Immunity Challenge win percent.
Challenges are the backbone to the game of Survivor. Win one, and your name won't appear on the voting parchment at the next tribal council. Challenge success relies upon varied skills performed while exhibiting focus and the ability to stay calm under pressure. Many players will never win an individual immunity challenge, but one has risen above the rest. The award for Best Career Individual Immunity Win Percentage goes to Michelle. In Michelle's only season, Season 7, she dominated individual immunity challenges, winning 4 out of the 7 she participated in, for a win percent of 57%. No other player has even broken 50. It was no coincidence that this challenge success propelled Michelle to be the late game favorite in Season 7, and very nearly the winner. From eating duck eggs to constructing difficult puzzles, Michelle is the case to make for being the greatest challenge competitor in Survivor Branford's history.
I'm happy with where I'm at right now.
I'm sure that Michelle will gladly accept this award, but I have no doubt that she continues to train, even right now probably working on building fire. And here's a look at our next award.
Most tribal councils attended.
Tribal council is where the drama of every Survivor season goes down. To have attended more than anyone else speaks to both the ability to survive the vote and to a passion for the game that spans beyond just one season. And to those of you who are wondering, no, I'm not eligible for this award. That said, the award for the most tribal councils attended goes to Dennis. Dennis has played in every season of Survivor Branford to date, so he was a clear frontrunner for this award. Dennis has attended 41 tribal councils, which gives him an average of nearly 6 per season. It needs to be pointed out that Dennis attended every single tribal council during Season 2, as his pre-merge tribe was shut out in the challenges. This award was a runaway for Dennis, as the next nearest player has attended 14 less tribal councils than he had.
It's going to be an epic round for voting.
41 tribal councils means 41 voting confessionals. And we know Dennis loves to talk. I'm sure if you put all those voting confessionals together, it's going to be longer than our whole show tonight. I think it's safe to say that we've all been looking forward to this next award.
Best Juror Award.
Serving on the jury is always an honor, and something that most players aspire to if they aren't able to win the game. One Survivor Branford juror has risen head and shoulders above the rest. Only one player is able to claim that they've served on the jury in at least 3 seasons and voted for the eventual winner each time. This shows both their ability to have a finger on the pulse of the game and to influence the votes of their fellow jurors. So it's my honor to present the Best Juror Award to Autumn. 3-time player Autumn voted for the winner of each of her seasons while on the jury. In Season 2, she cast her vote for her longtime ally Mark. In Season 4, she awarded Kyle for his gameplay. And in Season 5, she cast what would prove to be the deciding vote in Jamin's victory. And all of that, along with some memorable final tribal council questions, lead to Autumn going down as Survivor Branford's best juror.
They can look forward to seeing me on the jury.
So another note to future players, if you're in the final 3 and Autumn's on your jury, there's only one vote that truly matters if you want the win. So this next award may prove to be the one least likely to ever be broken.
Most tribal councils receiving at least 1 vote in a single season.
Anytime you receive a vote, it can't feel great. Good players are able to shrug it off and persevere. But only the best of players are able to not be bothered by getting votes time and time again, and will patiently wait to exact their revenge against their adversaries. Despite repeated votes reminding everyone of the threat you pose, it just never happens to be the majority. That said, the player who's received votes at the most tribal councils in a single season goes to Angela. In Season 1, Angela received a vote at Tribal Council a whopping 5 times, and in what amounted to a if you can't beat her, join her scenario, the jury crowned Angela as Survivor Branford's first winner. Multiple players voted for Angela more than once in the game, and well over half the cast put her name down at some point. And there's no way you could go through this experience and not realize just what was happening.
I have gotten votes at almost every single tribal council.
One of the few tribal councils in Season 1 where Angela didn't receive any votes was the very first one of the game. And that's simply because there was a bigger threat on the tribe that she was aligned with. I'm of course talking about me. So you're welcome, Angela. Now we're halfway through the awards for the night, so let's take a minute and go over some other interesting stats from Survivor Branford. So let's move on now to the next award of the night.
Most Tribe Challenge victories.
In the early going of Survivor, it doesn't take much for you to be targeted for the vote. Winning those first few challenges is never a bad plan for being able to find time to settle into the game. One player has won more tribe challenges than any other. This can be attributed both to their own skill and their leadership, with a bit of a helping hand from their tribe mates. Many would love to trade places with this player to enjoy that early game success. The award for the most Tribe Challenge victories goes to Amanda. During her career, Amanda has racked up 13 Tribe Challenge wins against only 4 losses. Amanda's record includes 2 different seasons of going undefeated in the pre-merge. A further notch in her belt is that none of her tribes have ever lost more challenges pre-merge than 1. Amanda's 76% Tribe Challenge win percent only trails those of 3 players, but Amanda's sustained success easily outweighs those 3 players who combined have played less total seasons than Amanda has.
If you're on Tribe with me, usually we win.
Let me tell you, I have first-hand experience not to mess with Amanda in the pre-merge challenges. Of the 6 challenges that she and I have competed in head-to-head, I've only got a single win. So this next award is often the topic of comment sections, and I'm glad to be able to bring it to you now.
Lowest percent voting with the majority.
So think the opposite of Alba. This award goes to the player who is most often not voted with the majority. Does this make them a bad Survivor player? I would say no. It may mean that they were often dealt a bad hand and lived in the minority most of the game. It may also mean that they were willing to take risks in their voting that just didn't pan out. This award comes with a minimum of 5 tribal councils attended to filter out all of the players who were voted out in their very first tribal council. We have the results, and the winner of the lowest career voting percent with the majority is Mark from Season 2. During his only season, Season 2, Mark attended 5 tribal councils and voted in the minority 4 times. One of those votes may have been the most infamous in the history of Survivor Branford, in which Mark voted for himself and was able to sneak it into the urn before the host at the time realized. In Season 2, lines were drawn quickly at the merge, where Mark found himself in the minority and had to navigate that path throughout the rest of the game. And surely, Mark would not change a thing, as his underdog status allowed him to become Survivor Branford's second winner.
Is this a video? Oh, I didn't realize that.
Voting in the minority so often, and then receiving the most votes at Final Tribal Council, had to be the biggest flip in Survivor Branford history until Philip in Season 4. And speaking of underdog stories, let's present the next award.
Most individual immunity challenges competed in without a win.
Challenges are usually a good indicator of strong Survivor players, but not always. There's that rare breed that never needs the immunity necklace to keep moving through the game. Relying on social graces and not advertising themselves as a threat has been a proven strategy throughout the history of this game. One Survivor Branford player has taken that to the next level. The award for most individual immunity challenges without a win goes to Meredith. During her time with Survivor Branford, Meredith has never won individual immunity in 16 attempts. But just as I was saying, it proved to be quite a good thing for Meredith, as she became the first player in Survivor Branford history to reach the final 3 on 2 separate occasions. Though close several times, even a fluky win was able to escape Meredith's grasp. The only other player with double-digit individual immunity challenges competed in without a win is ironically Amanda, whose challenge success clearly ends at the merge.
I made the final 3! This is so awesome!
Turns out that Meredith has had the same number of individual immunity wins as I've had good jokes so far tonight. Let's see what's coming up next.
Most votes against in a single season.
While some may not agree, I find this award to be one of the most prestigious. In Survivor Branford, votes received are for strategic purposes and reflective of threats, not anything to do with disliking someone like you might see on the TV show. To have received more votes in one season than anyone else speaks to playing a strong and not so subtle game. To embrace a leadership role that would result in the target being on you throughout is admirable. And for reference, any votes that were canceled by an immunity idol are not counted here. Winning the award for the most votes against in a single season goes to Lisa from Season 7. Over the course of Season 7, Lisa received 11 votes. Adding to the impressiveness of this number is that Lisa never received more than 4 votes at any single tribal council. Just as I described, Lisa was thought by every other player in the game to have an excellent shot at winning, and that came through in the tribal council voting, starting from her very first appearance there. I think you've been receiving votes at the last few tribal councils.
You're not wrong.
Unofficially, the award for the most rogue votes received in a single season would have to go to Lisa as well. Our final award for the evening is sure to close us out on a very high note.
500th Vote Award.
With 7 seasons behind us, there have been literally hundreds of votes cast. Regular votes, revotes, votes for the winner, they all count. I'd like to present a special award, lottery-like in nature, to the player who cast the 500th vote in Survivor Branford's history. And the award goes to Ryan. In casting his vote for the winner of Season 7, Ryan created the 500th vote in Survivor Branford's history. No one knew at the time that this vote would be so meaningful. Considering the 9 other jurors who voted after Ryan in Season 7, Survivor Branford currently sits at 509 total votes cast. And here it is, right here, the 500th vote in Survivor Branford's history. Ryan's vote for Sam at the final tribal council of Season 7. Well, I'll definitely keep it safe, just in case the museum comes calling. I'd like to thank everyone tonight for tuning in to the Survivor Branford Golden Torch Awards. Hope to see you all at the after party. To those who were unable to make it out, I look forward to seeing you back here in the fall for Survivor Branford Season 8. Good night, everybody.